Hi there everyone, today we are working on a Ford Focus 1.0 EcoBoost, the one that you guys are so aware through all the videos I've posted on the internet. And again, it's just another Ford EcoBoost wet belt. If you feel like this video is going to be a new thing worth watching, just follow. Hopefully I can get that feedback to know if I should keep going or I should just pack up everything and go home. Now, back to the same symptoms. This vehicle here is actually coming on the back of a recovery truck because the problem is oil pressure. So the oil pressure light is constantly on. It doesn't go away no matter what you do. So that kind of indicates to us on the engine with the wet belt, if you have oil pressure issues, most likely will be caused by that. It doesn't mean that it's 100% rate, but majority of the times it is. We already started working on it. I started working on it yesterday. You're gonna catch halfway through. So you have to strip the whole top end. So all the fuel rail needs to come out, coils, everything you can imagine on the top, like vacuum pipes, all the intake pipes, all of that will need to come out. The second job you need to do is to be able to remove that sump. In order to clean the sump, you will have to remove the exhaust, so the catalytic converter will have to fully come out of the car. And you also need to remove the timing covers. Once the sump is removed, we clean everything underneath, and then at that point we'll be able to just jack up the engine from underneath, remove the engine mount, and then take that timing cover off. Once the timing cover is off, we'll be able just to put the brand new timing kit and start doing the whole reverse of that. So just start sealing up all the covers, sump, put everything back after everything is clean and ready to go. So without further ado, let's get into it. As you can see here, we're gonna have to remove that sump there. To be able to remove that sump, we have to get the AC compressor out. And this exhaust, the reason why it needs to come out is because it's right underneath the sump. So in order to be able to remove the sump, you have to remove the exhaust. And on this Ford EcoBoost, it's very common that you'll get flexi pipes broken because they do corrode and they break. On this one, it's actually still in good condition, so that's a plus, that we don't need to do anything to that. Need to time up the engine, take all the auxiliaries here. The belt is already out, I done that yesterday. So yeah, let's get going. Down this side now, we'll be removing AC compressor, tensioner, idler pulley, alternator, water pump pulley, and the crankshaft pulley. Now these sometimes be that tight to the point where you might need torque multiplier. We tend to just use a very long breaker bar, and we're still able to open them up. We still have access to a torque multiplier if we need to, but there's barely any need for doing so. Clean everything and posh pash pish, job done. Or jeep pish, posh pish, something. I'm not sure how that meant to be said, but you let me know in the comments for sure. this is the Ford Fiesta wet belts completed and ready to go. There's a bit of a rattling sound coming from it that we're going to look into it. We don't know if it's damaged from the fact that it ran for quite a long time with no oil pressure, but it does sound kind of like flywheel related. So we will look into that and see what we can do in regards to that. But in terms of the main issue of the oil pressure, that's fixed and done. And that is done, I've checked inside, the oil pressure light is no longer there, so the oil pressure is back up and running. This car is pretty much done. So if you have one of these wet belts that you need done, it's always recommended that you do them before you get to this stage, because when that oil pressure light comes on, you might run into a problem of causing damage. So there you go.